everyone, MB here out on a sunny day in early April. I'm standing beside a nearby pond because today's virtual lesson is all about amphibians. I'll share with you 5 neat facts about amphibians, so let's get started. Did you know that there are 26 different species of amphibians in Ontario? Amphibians are a group or class of animals who spend part of their life cycle on land and part of their life cycle in the water. Amphibians include cold-blooded, smooth-skinned vertebrates, such as frogs, toads, salamanders, and newts. They are found in many different types of ecosystems, even desert habitat. Here are a few species that you just might be familiar with. American bullfrog. Leopard frog. American toad. Gray tree frog. Eastern red-backed salamander. And the blue-spotted salamander. Which species of amphibians have you seen? Did you know that amphibians breathe through their skin? All amphibians share similar characteristics. They are cold-blooded, they lay eggs, and they can breathe through their skin. And that's why it's really important to be careful when you are around amphibians. If you see one out in the wilderness, make sure to observe it from a distance. But if you do need to pick it up, make sure you're wearing gloves, or make sure that your hands are free from things like sunscreen or bug spray that might pass through that thin layer on their skin. And the word we use to describe this thin membrane on their skin is permeable, which means it allows liquid and gases like oxygen to pass through it. And even though adult amphibians like frogs have lungs, fresh oxygen still passes across the thin membrane on their skin. Did you know that different amphibians hibernate in different ways? Frogs like the green frog will lower their heart rate, breathing rate, and body temperature. Because they breathe through their skin, they often spend the winter just under the ice, up against a rock or a log, and not in the mud like other creatures do. Cold water holds lots of oxygen. Toads will bury down into the ground to a depth where they won't freeze. Frogs like the wood frog, the gray tree frog, are freeze tolerant. They'll bury themselves in the leaves, and then their body fluids will freeze. They'll stop breathing, and even their heart stops beating. What happens is their liver begins to convert sugars into glucose, which helps to protect the frog while it's frozen, just like antifreeze. When they slowly wake up in the spring, they might be a bit slow to move around, but they're good to go. How's that for a unique adaptation? Amphibians are part of a larger group that includes reptiles called herptiles. Herpetology is the study of amphibians and reptiles. Did you know that amphibians are bioindicators? A bioindicator is a species that is monitored for change over time, whether it be change in the abundance of that species or a change in the health of that species. This information that's gathered from bioindicators helps us to get a sense of how healthy or unhealthy an ecosystem is. Did you know that you can help out amphibian populations? And with several amphibian species considered species at risk, there are things that you can do to help out amphibian populations. All you need to do is report a sighting, and I'll tell you exactly how to do just that. By reporting sightings, this will help biologists to monitor changes in the range and distribution of amphibians. It helps biologists to assess whether or not species are at risk, and it also helps them to identify and manage critical habitat. To report amphibian sightings, you can download the free iNaturalist app to your phone and contribute a sighting to the Herps of Ontario project. You can also download the Toronto Zoo Adopt a Pond app, a free app that helps you to identify amphibian species as well as report sightings. Definitely check out the Toronto Zoo Adopt a Pond page and click on the Frog Watch link. There they'll have lots of information on how you can report sightings and become a frog watcher. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like this video and comment below. Don't forget to check out the resources section on our webpage. There you'll find free printable resource material like mini lessons and worksheets to follow up the virtual lesson. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay connected as we learn together outside the classroom.